How's it going, everybody? It's the Sketch Monkey here, and in this video we're gonna sketch some. Gonna show you how to throw down some markers on toned paper. Before we start with anything, I have some old. Actually, these are from the other day. Rough drone sketches. So I'm gonna use the back of these to start. And just I haven't sketched today, so first thing we want to do is to basically just start by adding some lines onto this paper just to get the hand moving and to basically warm up. Want to warm up everything. Might be even though you haven't sketched, just been a day without sketching, you can still feel not rusty, but you can feel that you haven't sketched for a while, so you want to do some warm up doodles, I guess. It's actually a big difference to sketch when you're in the zone, you could call it, when you're really it's a special flow when you feel when you warm up first and you want to get to the point where you feel like you can sketch anything. So that's the whole goal with this these warm-up sheets. Doesn't matter what we're sketching, we can sketch whatever we want. The point is to keep the pen moving and not stop and think about any shapes or anything like that. So, slowly you start to feel the flow coming back. And once we're ready, we jump into the things that we're going to do in this video, which is sketching on toned paper. Now, before we get into the sketching part, just make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you get notified when new videos are uploaded every single week. So, I'm not going to do any specific shapes. I'm going to do some speed forms or speed shapes and add a marker to that. I'm going to show you the benefit of using toned paper, which has to do with highlighting and shading. Alright, so let's get started here. I'm going to move a bit this way, I think, to have it centered right there. As you know, I like to start with ellipses. Let's do a couple of them like this. And see what comes out of this. Might be something cool. I like that shape. It looks like a handheld, not sure what it's called, a zoom lens. Right here, it could be like a rubberized material at the bottom down here or something. And this, I don't know, we can make something similar, I guess, out of this. Try to make it a bit more ergonomical, so that would be more of a cylinder, a fat cylinder, so you can hold it comfortably. Just adjust as you go, as always. Alright, I think that's enough to start with some markers. So I have some green markers here that we're going to be using, and you know how it is. Start with the lightest shade. I don't think I'm going to be using these fluorescent markers, though. I will, however, be using this one. Let's start with this and see what happens. All right. It's a bit dry, but it works for a base layer. Let's see what this is. This is pretty light as well. Trying to figure out what kind of shape I want this thing to be before going all in with the markers. So we're gonna go back to the first marker and see if we can blend this. I think this marker is too dry for blending, but might have some effect on it. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see if what this one looks like. Perfect. There we go. I think I'm gonna use this as the base for the baseline like that as well. Might actually add it on the top here. Yep, worked out. And also in the front, like that. Also in the back. Basically using this marker to define the edges of this this thing that we're sketching. I don't even know what it is, but I think we're gonna make some cut lines and stuff into this. So gonna make an ellipse. Let's see. Yep, that's correct. It's a section line or a cut line like that. Cool. What else can we do with that shape? Well, we can add a baseline to it. Might add a just a different material at the back here with a different color. Let's see what we got. Got some reds over here. Should be good to go. Let's use these. Oh, it's such a narrow space. And I want this to be super glossy, so I'm actually gonna leave a space completely untouched, like that. And then go in and fill in the different shades. Let's see, I want to go all the way to this. I want even darker. No. I think this is... There's something wrong with the tip of this pen. Let's see if we can use the other... Yeah. The brush side works better. It's still a bit messed up now because it's too much marker on this, which is messing it up since it's not really marker paper that we're sketching on. So too much of this is gonna, you see, bleed through. It's all good. We can add even some big lines in there later to make it even darker if you want to do that. So you can just do like this and go in a line shade like that. I'm not super happy with the baseline of this, so I'm just gonna fill it in because I think it's too thin. And if I want, you know, I can use a marker or a fine liner for this, but I just enjoy doing this with a big pen because it's so easy. It does require you to go over it a bit, you know, many times if you want to get the right thickness of it, but it's not a big deal. Hope the video is not too shaky because I'm actually standing up now, so the table is high, and it's when I sketch hard, it kind of shakes a little bit, but I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. I like standing up and sketching. I like standing up and working in general. It just gives I don't get too sleepy when I stand up. Just have more energy throughout the day. Let's add some highlights to this. Let's see where we have the Posca pens. It's a weird shape, but that's kind of the point. I didn't really know what to sketch here, so just added some random shapes to the paper. And you know, any sketch is a good sketch as long as it gets done. It's just the most important thing. It's good practice. Adding some reflections now with the Posca pen. Like that. And then we have a cut line here. Just adding some highlights to that one. Guess we can do it right here as well. You see how the white really pops when you're using toned paper like this compared to just it's kind of hard to get it with white paper because you have to have such a big you need to add a lot of marker or something to be able to get the white to pop, because it's not going to pop by itself on white paper. But here you don't really have to do anything. You just have to add it straight onto the paper and it looks great. That's why I love tone paper. Add something here, like that. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so if you want to go take it all the way, then my friends, you can use, let's see where my eraser is, right here. You can use white pencils like these. This is not sharp at all, so I'm gonna have to quickly sharpen it. There we go. And this is for adding some nice white gradients. See that? It's very subtle, but still it has a nice effect to the overall feel of the sketch. To get some. This is basically the only pencil that I ever use. I don't really use pencils for sketching, except for this one occasionally. Almost exclusively on these toned papers. Can maybe even do some line shading with this, why not? What else? What else can we do with this thing right here? I'll say the final touches is to go back with a big pen and clean up the lines if needed. For example, I kind of want to have a cut line right here, since these are two separate materials. So I'm gonna add that right now. Something like that. And maybe we can add some, actually that's a good idea. Add some grip things right here. Like that, and those obviously need to have some highlights on them. There we go. So that's about it for this video. Next video, we're gonna jump into this bigger thing right here and render We're gonna make this hard plastic, so kind of glossy, same as this one. And then this part down here, I want to make that some rubber, almost black rubber, something like that. And this I'm not sure yet what to do with, but I'm sure I'm gonna figure out something cool to make with make for that thing. Just gonna add some final stuff on this. Alright guys, we got a cylinder down. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it got you sketching. And if you want to see the next one, don't forget to subscribe, because that's going to be the next upload. And I want to do more of these toned paper sketching videos. So, because it's really cool, I really like to do the markers on this type of paper. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take it easy. Are you interested in learning how to sketch like an industrial designer? Then you might want to check out my course called Analog Designer Pro Pack. Now the cool thing is that the course is 100% online, so it doesn't really matter where you are in the world. You can just log in and you're right there in the members area too. You can even download the videos if you want to do that. The course is about 8 hours long, and it covers everything from line quality, ellipses, perspective, marker rendering, proportions, and a lot more. So if you want to see what other students have to say about the course and learn everything that you will get inside of it, click the link in the description and I will see you there.